Hello everyone, this is Jasmine, aka Gladiatorinsweats. I want to thank everyone that's new as well as returning that's here joining me. This is the daily energy reading for Tuesday, June 26th. So happy Tuesday to everyone. And just want to get into the cards today. So we have Six of Swords in reverse with the Sun as far as the collective energy today. So I'm reminded that today, I believe as of now, by now, or maybe not, but at least by the time I upload this, I believe Mars will have went retrograde. So, or it'll have been stationed. I believe tomorrow it'll officially be, tomorrow it'll be officially in retrograde. But it's currently, in its process of stationing at this time, I believe. And so I'm seeing this as not even necessarily the way, Mars is very much the action, the doing, the aggression, the ambition. And so with this kind of stationing and going retrograde, I see this as I mentioned before, not necessarily just as the ego shutting off, but I'm seeing it as just this energy going more inward and us focusing more on not just the future actions, but more on our past actions and our past, the ways that we may have misused or maybe abused our own power. And so with this Six of Swords and the Sun, there's a few different ways I'm seeing this. Just with the Six of Swords in reverse in general, I'm seeing this as you could say negative situations, but I'm just seeing this as situations coming to light that need to be brought to light, or that will facilitate and allow us to spiritually grow, to be able to grow fuller, more in our heart space. Again, I'm seeing with this Sun energy, with the Lion, the Venus and Leo energy, and just the North Node in Leo, and again with the fact that we will soon have Mercury in Leo this week, I believe, as well. So there's just a lot of us. I'm feeling the heart of the Lion really being ignited. Us just really wanting to go full force after whatever it is that our heart is calling or desiring, but us really having to work through the blocks, and us really having to not just really work through the blocks, but more so test our endurance and test our stamina and test our own belief and our own willpower. And so I am seeing this as, spiritual battles being fought right now, and being battled between the lower and the higher minds at the moment. And just to tap, or not just tap into, but touch on the Page of Cups in reverse with the Three of Swords in reverse, which is in the position of the guidance. So for those that are new, this is the collective energy for the day, and this is what I like to pull for as far as the guidance, the message that most needs to be received today. And so with this Page of Cups, just focusing on these two here, if I can try and bring these a little bit to the side, I'm seeing this in a few different ways as well, of internal changes, psychological changes that are allowing us to be able to move forward, to be able to heal and heal our heart space, and open our heart space, reflecting on our wounds, reflecting on the past with a new awareness, even with this Sun. And I'm also looking at the way that this lightning is in the back, and it's lighting up the Stonehenge, this, it's a calendar. And so I'm seeing this as really taking a look back on our life up till this point, us looking at the ways in which we have made certain choices, the ways in which we may have even, the way, again, how I mentioned how we may have misused or abused our power. And I'm seeing this through more of emotional manipulation or through miscommunication. So whether it's through, some sort of emotional manipulating of a situation in order to get what you want, or miscommunication, which that can be, as simple as like just the way that two parties are just miscommunicating. The frequencies are not on the same, same wavelength. But it could also be, a purposeful miscommunication, like lying, like, withholding the truth, like, keeping your feelings inside and putting on a facade. Even that's a form of miscommunication and of, putting out false truth. And so I feel like also it's just a lot of us, again, back to this unpeeling of layers, but this I'm feeling is more like it's peeling back like the very social layers, like the layers that we may have put on so that we can appear more put together. And I say that because the Page of Cups in reverse. And so I'm seeing us as maybe all of us kind of starting to like pour out our wounds in, I'm not saying necessarily unexpected ways, but it's like things are starting to come out and we're starting to get triggered in what we may consider the smallest or pettiest of ways, but really it's all purposeful, like for us to pay attention to, and not just pay attention to, but for us to really deal with these things. That all of these things that I feel like are coming up are not things that are brand new to us or things that we just were never aware of. I feel like these are things that maybe even our entire life we've been having to battle and deal with, and now it's really like a culmination of all of the knowledge and everything that we've, just at least up until this point, and us really being able to look at how, maybe the ways in which we have been disingenuous with our emotions. And again, back to this whole, like, playing with people's emotions, or, saying yes when you really mean no, or vice versa. Just those kinds of things. And so I feel it's all about us looking in hindsight at the choices we may have made that have created the reality that we are experiencing. And so in reflecting on that, we're able to really kind of look at the program, really look at, the game for what it is, to be able to really be honest with ourselves, to, again, reintegrate, again, with this yin and yang, even in this sun card. And there's a lot of different symbols in here that I would like to touch on. But it just really, even with the fact that there's the Six of Swords, and it's not just the Six of Swords, but it's the Three and the Six of Swords. So you can see the Three of Swords kind of like the initial hurt, or you can see it as like the initial block. And this is moving past the block, or really being able to not just move past the block, but there's an overstanding maybe. There's an overstanding now, where you're really able to really see things as it is. You're kind of almost looking at it from the outside in, even though it's you. Like, if that makes any sense. The way I'm seeing it is just like almost like remote viewing. Like we're experiencing our life. We are still, like, obviously living and in our bodies, but I feel like there's kind of this feeling of being able to see things from, it's an emotional standpoint, but not from a standpoint where maybe things may be super reactive. Maybe where it can be still reactive, you may still react, but it's like, instead of reacting maybe and like just living in that reaction and attaching to the interaction or the situation, I feel like maybe a lot of us are really reworking that and starting to detach. And even after the trigger, because we're still working through things, and not just that, but the triggers all serve a purpose. And so instead of just being triggered and being like, yo, I got triggered, we're really being like, all right, I got triggered, and understanding the meaning, the reason for the trigger, and really starting to be like, all right, this is because it's supposed to show me something. I'm feeling this way because it's supposed to show me something. I need to acknowledge something. Like, I feel like that's just really the flow. Like, we're really just starting to play more of the psychological game, or really learn more about the psychological game. So I'm going to end it there. Actually, no, I did want to read the Oracle card from the week one last time, or not even sure it's really one last time, but I wanted to read it today because I felt that it just could be, heard again today. I meant to record it and post it on Instagram so that everyone could see it, throughout the week. But I'll go ahead and post it here again today, so you guys can go ahead and, do this sacred honoring ritual if you like to do yourself. But I will also post this on Instagram, so you can check it out there if you like to as well. So in case you have not checked out the weekly forecast yet, the card today is, or this week is the Whirling Goddess. And so I'm going to go ahead and just read the sacred honoring ritual. So once you're in a comfortable position and you feel all right, you can say it aloud. I give my heart permission to lead this dance. I give my mind some time off. No more worry or doubt, planning or resisting. Instead, I surrender. Instead, I open. Instead, I allow. I allow. I allow. And all unfolds with perfection, divine timing, and the miracle of grace. With Rumi as my sole witness, so be it. And that's it. You've completed the sacred honoring ritual. You can incorporate that or just say that to yourself, or, just if you wish to, if it resonates. So thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all of that great stuff. I'm always appreciative. So check out the daily readings from the past week, past couple of days. If you need to catch up, check out the weekly forecast, which I've also got uploaded. I've been working on a few videos today, so hopefully you might be able to expect some new videos today or tomorrow, outside of the dailies, obviously. But other than that, I believe that's it. So just stay tuned. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope your week is going all right so far. So sending you guys all my love, wishing you guys many blessings, and until then, bye.